Welcome back, card fighters. Chris here. We've got week 2 of the Nectar trial deck evolution. As usual, we'll just go straight through the deck and then talk a little bit about the matchups. So we're still running 2 starters. It's just useful to be able to grab it in case you need that. You don't have anything else to call, you don't have anything better to call, might as well grab the starter. I almost never use this, mostly because of the stride that comes in the trial deck. Pretty much never used it for both weeks up until now. We've never had to copy the starter, so this may get changed. So grade 3s, still running for Asha. You really want to be on Asha. That's just how the deck works. Gotta be on Asha. Then we still have for the trial deck stride that gets +6 to itself whenever you call another unit, and this was okay. I used it a couple times, like became 17 by itself, 21 by itself. It's pretty nice, but like it's really awkward that like the extra one that you call is not getting power. Like it's only the original that's getting, the one that was there before that's getting power, and that can be kind of annoying. So not the best, but you can make it work. And then we went up to 9 grade 3s. We had some trouble striding last time, so got to get those 9 grade 3s. And Maiden of Flower Pistol we added because whenever you call a unit, she'll gain the name of that unit. So you call a unit and then start blooming. This, Maiden of Flower Pistol is going to count as that same name. So she's going to get all the extra bonus effects of like all your cards. And this wasn't that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal to have the same name, turns out, because of how the new bloom effects work. Alright, grade 2s, we dropped down to 3 10k vanillas. This is where our extra grade 3 came from. I decided running 4 10k vanillas was not super necessary, but they're very nice to slow down the game. It's very nice to have them. Try to slow it down, get yourself to stride, get that stride going without taking too much damage is really important. So this can help you, prevent you from getting rushed. We added 4 Greenshot elves instead of the, the one that's on hit, you grab a bloom card. I felt like that card was not amazing, and we really just want more bloom targets. We want more things to copy. And then of course we still have 4 Enelma. They're great. So the reason why Maiden of Flower Pistol isn't that great is because Enelma doesn't need to give power to more Enelmas. It just needs to give power anywhere. So Maiden of Flower Pistol was not super useful. I didn't really draw it because there is only one, but it's useful if you are comboing out with the Greenshot because it will gain Greenshot Elf's name and power and effects. So that's the grade 2s. The grade 1s, we got 4 Penelope, keeping it in there. Again, it's not that great because it has a Soul Blast cost, which means you're probably only going to get 1 term of bloom out of it because you won't have any soul after that. But it is pretty nice because it works for early game, so you can give 3 units +2, that's a total of 6k power, kind of anywhere you want it in the early game, which can be pretty devastating. So she's actually really good for that early, but your late game, when you've hit GB, you don't really want her. And then we have 4 Odettes. Odette is the MVP, adding this in instead of the other grade 1 that was not very good. She's amazing. Just totally bumps up the power level of the deck all by herself. If you're looking to upgrade this deck, this is your priority card, I think. Because she has 2 effects. She has the bloom effect, which when she blooms, she gives 2 units, any unit, plus 4,000. So plus 4,000 to any unit, to any 2 units. You can give it to Vanguard, you can give it to your front rows. So you can stack a lot of power by copying her. But more importantly, during main phase, she can bounce back to your hand for returning a copy of your card back into deck. So that's really important because the combo of the 2 skills is you could have a front row, you could place her, or place another copy of her, with the copy effect from Asha, and then give your 2 front row plus 4,000 each, and then bounce her back, and then still have a copy of her on the field after main phase. Whoa, drops a card. Have a copy of her after main phase, play her again, and get more bloom effects off really easily. So Odette is amazing, absolutely amazing. So you definitely need to pick her up. If you're looking to upgrade the deck, this is, again, like I said, #1 priority. And then, of course, we have 4 perfect cards. So that's it with the grade 1s. And lastly, all we have left is the triggers. We're still sticking with the 4 crit, 4 draw, 4 stand, 4 heal. That rainbow lineup, it's been working well. You want the draws to hit your grade 3s because you only have so many of them. You don't have stride fodder, so it makes it a little bit tricky to hit the grade 3s, you know, and keep striding naturally all the time. So it's important to hit those grade 3s. And we'll go ahead and talk about the matches now. Alright, so going into our strides, we have 4 Selfina, and she is really good. Definitely up the power level of the deck, just being able to tutor out more bloom, activating bloom all over the place. So Selfina, her skills counterblast 1, flip up a card in the G zone, and then you can choose units for as many number of G zones face up you have. So if you have 2, you get to choose 2 units. And then you can copy them once per... Each unit you choose can be copied once per each face-up Selfina that you have. So to explain that, if you had this on your Vanguard and you had 1, 2 face-up, what you could do is you have Odette and Greenshot. You have Odette and Greenshot. So what you would do is you have 2 units face up, right? We're going to choose Odette, choose Greenshot, and then those units can be copied once because we have 1 Selfina up, so we can call Greenshot and Odette. And so that's actually really good. And then if you've called 2 or more units, Selfina herself gets a crit, which is really good. Because, you know, Nectar, especially the trial deck, doesn't have much good ways to push. If your rear guards can get really powerful and your Vanguard is threatening with a crit, it makes it really hard for your opponent to decide how to guard. And if you get more crits, you can really just rip it through. Of course, we still have 4 of the trial deck stride. It's just a nice free call. Get your field going with the Asha's effect. And then, you know, our buddies Agleam and Scryu for now. One of the key plays for me this week was you use a G-Guard into Selfina, because then you G-Guard, stride Selfina, flip another Selfina up. You can choose 2 units, like I just showed, like copy the Odette and Greenshot, then you've called 2 and you get crit. So you can get crit on your first stride by comboing the G-Guard into Selfina, and that was definitely the clutch play for me this week. Alright, so we had 3 rounds this time. First round we played against Battle Sisters. That was a 2-0. We got very trigger happy. We drew insane grade 2. We crit first stride. We double crit up to 5. After that we couldn't stride, but we had something like Odette and Greenshot, and we had the starter, and we had another Odette in hand. So we had Odette and Greenshot. We had the starter out. And we had Odette in hand. So we use a starter skill, go into soul, draw a card, and we drew the Greenshot. So we gave them the names, copied the names, right? So copied the names, these 2 count as each other, moved them into soul, drew the Greenshot, and so we were able to be like pluses, +4, and then +2 to everything, and then called this, and then +4 to everything, and it was crazy. We just drew the God Hand, and then I think we hit a stand on that turn 2 to seal it out. It was pretty insane. I was like, alright, so game 2, we got it. You know, it was pretty fair. It wasn't like crazy in terms of, you know, I was creating, I was getting a lot of advantage, but we did that play that we talked about. We G-guarded into Selfina, and that extra crit helped us push for game. Definitely was a key factor in that. Just being able to get the crit stride on the first stride, really important. So, round 2. We faced Luard. That was absolutely brutal. We tried to rush them as fast as possible. Like, we were talking, call starter to the side, call units in front of it to make columns, things like that. Call columns here, and like a trigger here just to get attacks off. We're talking super aggressive, because I knew that once stride started happening, once he started drawing off those Belial Owls, off, you know, getting his perfect guards back into hand from drop zone, it was going to be game over. But I was not able to rush hard enough, and just slowly, you know, once we hit stride, I started to lose out. This trial deck just can't keep up unless they're at like 5 damage. But you know, he went to 5 damage one of those games, ended up healing out of it, was really brutal for me, and just started snowballing that card advantage and couldn't do much about that. And the last round we played was against Victor. It was full of shenanigans. First game drew pretty bad, but rushed really hard like we did. You know, calling started at the side, calling jaw triggers. This is actually a really good play, because if they leave it alone, then you can still attack 9,000 into their grade 2, and if they ride a 10k, you can move this to soul, give power places, so you can, it's not like this trigger is just dead on field. Since it goes into soul and gives +3, you can get rid of it when you need to. So that's actually a really good play there. But I missed, in this game, he gave me a 2 to pass, and I thought I had like a pretty solid lead on him, so I thought I'll just put it on rear guard. I got the first drive checks with trigger, so I put it on rear guard, thinking like, oh, I'll get the other one, and you know, he's already at high damage, so he's already at 5 damage, so he has to guard this. He's gonna drop more cards in hand, and I'll probably be able to come back. I'll probably be able to finish it next turn. Got the second trigger, so I could have won right there. And then he ended up healing on his turn, healing when I attacked him, and just like 3 heals came out in like the next 2 turns, and that was it. Like, I couldn't push through after that because he had too much advantage from just not having to guard attacks, and then he was able to go into like favorite champ and like crush out the game. So then the next game, it was super fierce. We were both grade locked at 2. So we're just kind of like sitting at 2. I did my super rush strategy again, swinging back and forth, trying to pressure as hard as we can. But he ends up taking a lot, you know, he ends up hitting a lot of draw triggers, so he has lots of cards in hand. So I hit my 3 first. I go to 3, try to pressure him some more, try to get some triggers going. He hits 3, strides, pushes me up to really high damage. He's already at 5 because we've been doing the stupid grade 2 thing. So I went into Selfina. I tried to make as big columns as I could. Swung in, got G guarded. Vanguard got perfect guarded. Side column got perfect guarded. And then he went into favorite champ and totally destroyed me with my like 2 cards in hand. So that was the game 2. Ended up losing that 0-2 as well. And I asked him after, he actually had 3 perfect guards, so really nothing I could have done in that situation to turn it around. The 3 perfect guards and multiple G guards. I think he also said he had all his G guards in his hand since the beginning, so that was pretty rough. But that was it on the tournament report. We got 2 wins. We got a round win, which is better than we did before. Granted, it was against Battle Sisters, which is not an incredibly strong deck in the meta, and we trigger sacked it. We got triggered, but we did pretty well, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head how it did compared to last week. So let me know in the comments. I think even if we didn't do better, it performed a lot better. We had Odette. I think we did about the same. We got 1 win against some guy who didn't know what he was doing entirely, which it doesn't feel like a great win. But Odette bumped up the power level of the deck a ton. Same with Selfina. First strike crits, can never underestimate that. It was really, very, very powerful. So these 2, I mean, Selfina is like $3, Odette's just a rare. If you're looking to upgrade, definitely highly recommend these two. They can really help bump up the deck's power level without too much effort. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Comment down below if you have any questions, any thoughts about, you know, my upgrades, how the rounds went, things like that. Give a thumbs up, helps out a lot. Make sure to subscribe for more content. We got week 3 coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Thanks obviously to all the patrons on Patreon for supporting this content. If you want to help support the content as well, help support the channel, wait till the end slate pops up and click that orange P. It'll take you right over there. Thanks for watching. Keep on learning, keep on having fun, and I'll see you in another video.